Jammed. Only opens with a key. No way to pick this. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean.
Who are you?
Sean. It's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me. Your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
What do you want me to do, Sean? What can I do?
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to you.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader. To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute,
Sure.
At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in scientific curiosity, and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was... Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic... I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he...
You knew the man was a psychopath?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far... He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became... I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got...
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of...
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had...
Sure.
Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best.
Right.
For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation. With old age comes regret. And but what matters now is that... What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of...
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. The Institute. It's important. It really is.
But... director?
I was the most qualified for the position. I've lived my life within these walls. Dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can just... I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped.
Right.
And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that.
You want me to stay here?
Yes. The Institute can provide a better life. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive?
Because it is the simple truth. And I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. We really do have humanity's best. Will you take?
I just don't...
Just give it. The Institute is now your home. You want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them.
it right there.
Is there a problem?
Routine security check. See anything suspicious lately?
Suspicious? What do you mean by suspicious?
I mean, like dodging my questions.
No, nothing to report, sir. If I see something, I'll be sure to come right to you.
You do that. I'd hate to find your name on a repurpose list.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust?
My apologies, sir. I was issued a defective cleansing unit.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Yes, sir.
Hey there.
If you need medical attention, see Dr. Volkert.
Hello.
Scanning. Subject identified.
I wouldn't be here if not for your son.
Hello.
Spend enough time here, and you'll be sick to death of the word synth. I certainly am.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive break.
Hey, Doc.
They weren't
I don't
kidding.
know.
You really are
Most of them
here.
have lasted
Well,
long
all right.
past their projected lifespans.
When Father told us
If
about
you ask me,
I could hardly
they
believe
were
it.
built pretty well.
You've been through so much. I think most... If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept...
What makes you ask? I'm a complete stranger to you.
I suppose when I heard your story, I just... Well, I felt sorry. You've suffered more tragedy than any one person deserves. I'm sorry. I know that was a very personal question. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the... As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems run. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father...
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities...
Right. Who built this place, originally?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of science. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels.
Sure.
Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now.
Uh-huh.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
It must make you
You're
proud.
going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3.
You know I can't talk about that.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Well, that was productive. It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do. Do you know if the simulation on the main terminal is finished running?
Yes, I believe so.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. Well, I'm sure...
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, in case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has. Now, unless there's something else...
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful.
One day, I'll design
You all
a
know that
efficient
Dr.
reactor to
Thompson from
replace that old
Facilities has
bunker
expressed
space.
concerns about our power consumption.
We are honored to welcome you here.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Father's plans to expand our operations in Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. Child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the...
Excuse me, Doctor.
Still people,
Welcome.
and they're suffering.
So good to have you here.
We can at
Dr.
least
Clayton
admit
Holdren,
it's regrettable.
head of the bioscience
After
division.
all,
I
how
can't
can
wait
we
for
hope
you
to
to see the work we're
redefine
doing.
mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies. Our most important directive is to ensure the health, and to that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds. We've even started to explore the idea of You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys...
With hard work and ingenuity, I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but...
Great. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself. He's our top biologist, and also, Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth.
Rosalind
Dr.
is
Holdren's
as smart
gorilla
as she
project
is
is showing promising results.
Wish I could get her notes.
Good to see you.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
Greetings, sir.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide.
Seriously heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging
Carry
their
on,
feet
sir.
Targeting package upgrades
Pardon
I
me.
asked for.
You're
Maybe
here.
I should take some
Glad
courses
you made
with
it.
me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough
Doctor,
friction as it is
so,
between us and pretty
here
much
you
all
are.
the other departments.
Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take... It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview